welcome to the Mariners Sogcast, the only Mariners podcast that's about anything but now. Food, movies, art, I don't know, movies. Ballerina, the new John Wick movie is out. Come watch that and see John Wick get less screen time than Matt Brash in extra innings.
It's a great movie.
News stuff. Protests are going around the country. The debates between peaceful protesters, rioters. We know the Mariners have gone the pacifist route because they're refusing to hit anything. 5 for 39. Runners in scoring position in the Arizona series. I haven't seen that many people stranded since the series premiere of Lost. Were 9 people stranded in Lost? Don't know. Didn't watch the show. Well, like a tag team septic team cleaner, we're in this shit together. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sogcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm Bella.
Yes, unfortunately, we are still going to be talking about the Mariners. It's hard because they are not good right now. It's bad. We've just been getting our asses kicked for, honestly, since the beginning of the Blue Jays series where we got swept at home. That's kind of what started snowballing this, and we have not picked it up since. Multiple sweeps. We've always talked about, when is everything going to click for the Mariners? Like, when is everything going to go right at the same time? Well, that hasn't happened, but everything has gone wrong at the same time. Starting pitching, ass. Bullpen, atrocious. Hitting, situational hitting especially, garbage. Pretty much everyone's bad except for Raley, who's the best player in baseball. But other than that, it's been sad.
Yeah.
You done?
Yeah.
You're right.
I
You're right
can't
about
tell
all
if
that.
he feels some type of way about it or not. I can't tell.
Let's talk about some. There are some exciting things. Cole Young made his major league debut.
That was fire.
He got a walk-off fielder's choice in his very first game.
Mm-hmm.
That was exciting. And the return of Dominic Canzone.
Yeah.
Nice to have him back. Too bad his return was marred. The Mariners in Arizona were down 4 runs with 2 outs in the 9th. And they managed to score 2 with a runner on and Dominic Canzone up. In a full count, he destroyed a pitch to right field. It was the furthest home run hit by a Mariner this year. And the Mariners tied it from going down 4-0 with 2 outs in the 9th. They tied it. And then, funny enough, they still managed to lose by 4. So they could have just saved everyone some time and lost in 9 instead of the 11th, where they got a walk-off grand slam by Josh Naylor, and Dan Wilson had Vargas pitch 2 innings, while Matt Brash was just standing in the bullpen after being told to warm up multiple times.
Yeah, I think for me, it's not so much that we haven't been doing great for a while, right? Our record's down a little bit. Sometimes we go through some fluctuations. I, in no way, shape, or form, expect us to maintain that, number 1 spot the whole season. So that's not so much the issue for me. It's how we're losing these games. And also so many of them being in extra innings as well. Because not only are we losing them in just ridiculous ass ways and scenarios, but so many of them are going into extras, which if we're going to keep losing in these just spectacularly special, just ridiculous ways, why are we going to gas our team out, especially our bullpen out more and more just to lose?
Yeah, just lose in 9.
Just call it. Just be done. Like, let's just wrap this shit up. It's just been this domino effect. It feels like we're like it's almost like that weird curse feeling. We're like, what's in the water? What is going on? Like, you think you have a game in the bag, get the 9th inning. I'm like, no, just hold on. Just you wait for something crazy to happen and for us to end up tied and going into extras yet again.
Yeah, the Mariners have played 7 games this year that have gone to the 11th inning. That is the most in baseball. We're going into extras. We're not closing it out. And then we're losing in extras, too. I think we have something like 4 wins in our last 20 games, something like that. It's really hard to pay attention when the team is just giving you nothing to root for.
Hell yeah. I've been watching, 3/4 of a game and being like, I don't need to do this. I can do something better.
Yeah.
That's specifically that Arizona game where we lost with the walk-off grand slam.
Yeah.
I had turned it off, and then you were like, Canzone ties it up, and I was like, okay, I'll turn it back on just to watch us get walked off. And I was like, I even hit you up, and I was like, don't do that to me. Don't make me turn games back on.
I mean, it was fair, but then.
Well, I knew
Yeah.
I knew we were gonna lose in extras when it took the Mariners 5 outs, the 10th and the 11th, to get the free runner on second to third base, and I was like,
nasty work.
it's a free runner. He starts in scoring position, and it took you an inning and 2/3 to move that free runner to third base. I knew we were going to lose on that. To have Vargas pitch 2 innings when you've had Matt Brash warm up multiple times in the game.
That made no sense. And he's been pitching fantastic.
Yeah.
There's just no rationale to not put him in and shut that shit down.
What's up with Trent Thornton?
What is up with him? He's
He's
bad.
really good for a really long time.
He's really bad now.
And he's just, fell off a cliff entirely.
What did he have done? Didn't he have like a appendicitis or something like that? Or was that somebody else?
No, I think that was him.
Yeah. And then he
I don't
came
know.
back. I
I
don't
don't
know. Maybe
know.
is
Put it
that-
back in.
Yeah. Whatever you took out. I wonder. I just makes me think that I wonder if that is playing any role or if it's just a non-factor and he's just not performing.
It's possible. I know Polanco has completely fallen off a cliff again. The fact that his average is still even around 250 is only carried by the fact that he was batting like 400 the first month of the season. Mm-hmm. I saw at one stretch he was 1 for his last 31 at bats, which is not ideal. Rowdy Tellez is getting some pop. He's known to hit one out every now and
here
again,
and there. Yeah,
which is
it's one of those things though where there's so much else to be concerned with that like one knock from Rowdy is like enough to be like he's not that bad. It's fine.
Or like Solano all of a sudden doing
Solano's-
something, but it's like still okay, a little something after all this time. It's like that. I'm sorry, that's not enough. It's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Jerry completely misfired on is not getting Josh Naylor to play first base for the Seattle Mariners. The Diamondbacks picked him up, and it cost them like 1 middling prospect and a draft pick, which is super weird about that because to my knowledge, you can't trade draft picks in baseball. So it might have been like a Rule 5 or an international thing, but as other sports, like draft picks are the main parts of trades, especially football, basketball.
Yeah.
It's not really like that in baseball. So I am curious how they managed to trade a draft pick, but it was a draft pick and a middling prospect, and they have 27-year-old Josh Naylor just tearing it up in Arizona. That was a huge misfire by Jerry not to get them. What's the point of having this elite farm system if we're not going to utilize it? Are we just going to, as always, move the goalposts back and be like, well, now these young guys are coming up, give them a few years, and then we'll compete? We should be competing now.
Yeah, we should have been competing last year.
We should have been competing last year when our pitching was absolutely elite and we had no injuries on our pitching staff.
Yeah. Now look at us.
Now we're beat to shit, especially our rotation. Logan Gilbert is hopefully coming back soon. I think he just had his final rehab start in Tacoma.
Yep.
And
honestly, don't bring him back unless he's 100%.
Yeah.
Look what we did with Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller
came up and he's right back down. And the thing with Bryce Miller, it's like I know they're trying to avoid surgery to get rid of that little bone spur or whatever, but it's clearly continuing to be a problem. I don't think some PRP shots or whatever they're doing is going to solve a bone spur issue. Like you might as well just get it done with now.
Oh yeah.
If that's, you know what I mean? If that's what you need to do, just get it done with now as much as you want to avoid that. It's just silly to kind of do the back and forth with him. Like I just don't understand that.
Right. Fix the problem.
Like Kirby too. It's like that his obviously comeback was really rough. It was good to see him finally have a good outing. I was like, you needed that. You needed that big time. You got hit in the face and now you're ready. You're coming back ready to take on the world.
We finally got to see George Kirby.
Yes. And he had just a phenomenal game.
He clearly wasn't major league ready when we brought him back.
100%.
No, 3 horrible outings.
Yep. Garbage. And like the way he was missing in those starts, it wasn't like, I mean, it was clear he didn't have the movement. He was missing everything over the heart of the plate.
Yeah.
And
command was just not there.
It wasn't ready. And he kind of got pieced up a little bit during his rehab starts in Tacoma, which means we rushed Kirby back and we paid the price for it. It finally seems like he's settled now. I mean, his last start, 7 innings, 14 strikeouts, no walks. Absolutely phenomenal. That's the George Kirby we're used to seeing.
That command is insane.
Yes. Now that he has it back, now that he's healthy,
it's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't do the same thing with Logan. Like, we really can't afford it at this point. You need Logan to come back 110%.
Yes.
I mean, thank God for Brian Wu.
Oh, man.
My man is holding it down.
He's been great to watch.
He's even gotten pieced up a little bit at times.
Here
He's
and
been
there,
known to
people
give
hit
up
some bombs on him.
I was going to say the long ball.
But doesn't he throw mostly fastballs? I think more than most pitchers. So,
Yeah.
I mean, opportunities are going to be there.
Yeah. We were cruising in his Arizona start and then gave up the Suarez grand slam, little Suarez
Gino.
revenge action, and then another home run right after that. So he had pitched like 5 innings, absolutely cruising, and in the time span of 2 batters, we had given up 5 runs. So
Suarez is another weird Jerry decision. We could have just kept him around.
Could've.
Struck out too much.
Mm-hmm.
So what? You work on a little bit of plate discipline and then fix that issue? No. Let's go. Let's trade him to the Diamondbacks for, what did we get? Josh Rojas and I can't remember. who else.
Urias.
Might have been Urias.
Yeah.
I
something
think
like
they were
that.
packaged together. Yeah.
Bro, come on. What are we doing? You could have done another 2 years of Gino. We would have been sitting pretty.
And to go off your point, too, of like the strikeouts and stuff, our strikeouts have gone down.
Way down.
Chasing has gone down now that we've moved with our new hitting coaches with Edgar and Kevin. The plate discipline has been a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had kept Suarez with our new hitting philosophy, he'd be tearing it up. And I don't know. It's just constantly, I don't know why we let him go. That's
a weird one.
That one was a really tough one for sure, because he would have been nice to have until like right now when we've kind of got that transition to Ben, or which thankfully we have a great
I do like Ben
replacement
Williams.
at third now.
He's
but
great.
Previous to that, it would have been nice to have somebody like Gino on the corner. But
and what else is new? We got
let go of Leody Taveras.
Taveras is
gone.
gone.
Canzone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I was another prediction I was right about.
Yes,
I didn't get attached. I said he was not long for this team. He had a few moments here or there. I think the most shocking part was that his average dropped all the way to 200 when he was playing with us. And defensive liability. That dude was garbage in the field. And he could have been an all-timer. He had, in his short time here, he had a chance to, I believe, to rob 3 different home runs that were the right distance, right height, that he could have jumped and caught. And he looked like a little leaguer afraid of the ball. I've never seen a professional player jump up multiple times. All 3 home runs that he could have potentially robbed, he would jump up and turn his head and just go blind to the ball. And he missed it all 3 times. And that was shocking to see. He's traditionally a center fielder. He played center field when Julio went down with his shin contusion after getting hit by a Rosarena line drive. So they put Taveras in center, and he looked like he has never played center field before in his life. He was lost. Bad reads on balls, poor throwing decisions. It was abysmal.
I haven't seen someone look that lost in the outfield in general in a while. It was bad. It was so rough to watch that. I was like, the first one, I was like, wow, that was bad. And I was like, you couldn't possibly do that twice in one game. Well, boy, was I wrong. Because, wow. Yeah, and I'm glad that it was an immediate choice. It wasn't, they didn't linger on it and give him really too many more games to continue messing up. Like, it was pretty quickly after that, he was down and Canzone's back up, and here we go. Also, I believe Raley starts his rehab assignment today. So that is great. I'm very curious to see once he does come up, who is going to go down. Will Dom go back down? Will we see one of our first basemen hit the road,
maybe.
Hopefully?
Yes.
Because Raley can play first, and I like
him at first.
Let's talk about Luke Raley, because this is interesting to me.
Well, I'm super happy that he's starting his rehab assignment because the original prediction was that he was going to be
Later.
out till like after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be a long time. So the fact that he seems to be on a quick road to recovery is huge. And yeah, I think Canzone deserves to stay in right field. Canzone has an awesome arm, which is so rare for Mariners outfilders
He's
to
not
have.
super quick.
He's looking a lot less like Waluigi these days, though. He put some meat on. Now
He
looks
definitely,
a
and
little
it's
bit more
reflecting
built.
at the plate too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he did have some pop, even when he was a skinny little
yeah.
He
twig
did.
man.
Yeah.
He would just strike out like crazy. And so they've kind of worked that down. One quick thing I want to say, it is kind of weird that we called Canzone up and let Tavares go when why didn't we just do that a month ago and save $4 million and just call Canzone up to play right instead of this other Jerry experiment of, oh, here's a player that was released and it was very bad. Maybe he'll strike, gold with us. It worked once with Robles. Robles came in after getting DFA'd by the Nationals and just completely tore it up. Immediate fan favorite. Tavares was not that dude, so that wasted a month and $4 million to sign him.
I thought about it during that moment before they had made the announcement for that because he'd been tearing it up. And I was like, and we have experience with him. He's, played up a lot last year. Why not? He's doing better. You know what I mean? He's accelerating. So I had that thought briefly, but then I was like, well, guess not. So I'm glad that, I wish we wouldn't have wasted all the time and money on it, and it'd be nice if he can keep it up and stay up. But who knows? Maybe he doesn't perform as well in the next week or two while, Raley's in his rehab, and maybe it's him that goes back down.
Could be. Also bringing up Raley, or not bringing him up, getting him back. One guy's not going to save your terrible team.
No, absolutely not.
However, with Canzone and right, we had Mastroboni and right for a long time. Getting Raley back allows us to put Miles somewhere else on the field. He doesn't have to take up that right field spot anymore. So it actually helps in two ways. I hear a lot of people being like, bringing Raley back isn't going to save the team. And they're right, it's not. But it does open up a lot more options for us to get our utility guy back. Dylan Moore should be playing baseball more often, too.
The whole team is struggling right now, but Demo especially is on a little bit of a cold streak. And honestly, I don't even know where we would put Demo right now.
Yeah,
because we've got Cole Young at second and Ben.
JP. Yeah. Yeah, what do you do with that?
I guess.
Then you have two utility guys not playing any positions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Cole Young, he needs a break every now and again. We need a second baseman. And putting Polanco at second base is not the answer. That's what I was just about to say.
I was like, whoa. I thought we talked about keeping him out of the infield as much as possible. And we have so many people who are more than qualified to play that position right now. So I thought that was a bold choice. He had a nice catch on the outfield there. But otherwise, but still, I'm like, but why are we doing that? Especially if it seems like he's not feeling 100% based on his, at the plate performance. So why are we trying him out at second?
Bro, get Polanco out of my infield.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the rationale on that is. Yeah,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
So
another thing is, are we really just gonna keep Mitch Garver around and just back up catcher? I guess he's George Kirby's catcher.
Yeah, he catches for George.
I see so much bring Harry Ford up, and I can't.
Harry Ford has been going.
I can't get behind that decision though, because he's not going to get regular time.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, it is hard to do that because he just with how much Cal plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're just gonna use a backup catcher, DH kind of guy like Mitch Garver, and we're gonna do that for a while, bro, trade Harry Ford and get some stuff.
Yeah.
If that's really what we're going to do, we're just going to keep him in the minors just to chill and just demolish AAA.
Yeah, because that's what he's doing right now. He's mashing.
Sure. Why don't we go out and get a haul for him?
Yeah. And
especially since Cal's going to be our catcher for the long run.
Yeah, he's locked in for 6 more years.
You can go pick up a Tom Murphy or a Mitch Garver every year if you want to. You can have a new backup catcher if you're not going to utilize Harry Ford.
Mm-hmm.
So get something.
I agree.
Make a move with that for sure.
You were just saying we have this amazing farm system that we're doing nothing with. Well, Cole Young came up. Ben Williamson came up. So, sure, those are great decisions. But then you have other guys who are absolutely mashing down there.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Locklear.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Get him up.
Mm-hmm. Again, I mean, I'll harp on it until they get rid of those first basemen that are just a waste of roster space.
Mm-hmm.
A waste of roster space completely. And it's, again, yeah, one or two guys aren't going to change a team, but it just, every little move is all just a part of the puzzle, right? Yeah. And especially when certain personalities, and I talked about it before, it's like, even though they may really like those guys, you get kind of irritated with your teammate who's always playing like shit, and you're the guy. We all know you're the one bringing us. We all know that you're the last one. If you line up, who's the best, who's the worst, we know who the last two are, bud, and it's always you guys. So it's like, you might be the coolest guy ever, and I might want to go get a steak dinner with you after a game.
Sure.
But come on, like, and it builds that resentment too. And so when you guys, Raley is a good old time. He's got golden retriever energy.
Oh yeah.
So it's I think also too the chemistry of that. So you bring in, a little bit here, a little bit. You don't need one guy who's just so good. It's just a little bit of improvements here and there in the right combination. Game changer. So until they make that move, I'm gonna keep harping on it.
And we definitely need better vibes right now. It really. I mean, having Robles, everything I hear is how much fun Robles is and how everyone loves Robles. And
he's around.
It was great. He was around in the clubhouse in Arizona.
Yeah. So I guess I'm assuming a lot of them are still just rehabbing in Arizona and stuff and using their facilities there, which is why like Raley and Robles.
I see Ryan Bliss make a little appearance too?
I don't know.
Also, it was Bliss and Robles that came into the that they announced that came into the.
Okay, well, those are vibes, guys, and we got swept in Arizona.
That is true.
Right? Vibes were high, and then they were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, going off of having two utility guys, we don't need two utility guys.
No.
So if Raley comes back, probably Master Boney then would most likely get the axe.
Yeah, it's not going to be Demo.
It's not going to be Demo.
No.
So
he's too versatile and just more tenure with us.
Yeah. So it'll be, I think probably Master Boney will probably be the next one to get the axe.
Not Polo.
And I don't know, we just need to start winning ball games. It's been terrible. Hasn't been fun. Bad baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All around.
Bummers. It's like it's been very high and low because there'll be a couple of little glimpses because especially with like Cal, it's like he's out here chasing Shohei and ahead of Shohei now, but and that's been really fun to watch, and you're seeing these great things and some players having these moments or a great catch here and Julio robbing a home run, but then you've got these lows right afterwards. You're like, can we coast a little bit here? It's just been very volatile to say at the least.
Yeah. It's not like there's a ton of errors in the infield or anything like that. It's sort of our starting pitchers just giving up base hit after base hit.
It hasn't been too many. Besides Tavares incident, there hasn't been a lot of just bonehead ass fielding issues, I don't think.
So, I mean, your defense is fine. Definitely good enough.
Serviceable at worst.
You got to stop giving up bombs, letting them just pile it on, too. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot of, losing by one. It's like they get a bad inning and you let 3 score and now you're like, okay, we got work to do. You have one guy who's going to show up to the plate and do his job. It's tough when you hit, 6, 7, 8 in the batting order and in a crucial situation and you're like, you can't rely on any of these guys. Mm-hmm. You're just waiting for it to come back around to Cal to see what happens.
And just so many missed opportunities with those runners in scoring position, which was one of, the worst things last year too. And seeing that now just lately has been atrocious. It's like, what do we need? Do we need a mental coach for you guys in these bigger moments, or what is it?
I'm seeing a lot of caught stealing on the base paths too, which in the past we've been pretty good at stealing bases.
I feel like we were aggressive, or what are we doing?
Even at the beginning of this year, for like the first 2 or 3 months, Mariners were like second in stolen bases. Yeah. We were running freely, and now, you're right, we're getting caught.
People are catching under our shit.
I guess. I don't know what's happening, but we're getting thrown out a lot, stealing. and we've been getting ran on a lot. It feels like our pitchers are having really bad slide steps and keeping runners honest, and they're kind of just getting huge jumps. I don't know if it's just slow delivery time, not picking off enough to keep them honest, but yeah, poor Cal is, coming up firing, and it's just their jump was too big. There's nothing you can do because they're taking full advantage of our pitcher's slow delivery time. Trent Thornton, I believe, should pitch in the home run derby.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that. He's been doing a really good job at that. So
how sick would it be if Cal shows up to the home run derby and he's like, Trent, I'm gonna need your help on this one.
Do what you normally do, Trent. I'm gonna win this thing.
Bring the turtleneck and the glasses and let's roll, buddy.
Don't change that prescription. Keep that.
By all means, don't go to your eye doctor.
There is some rumors going around that Cal might participate in the home run derby. There's some pros and cons to that. I am for it. I think it would be good. I thought it was good when Julio did it. Being on the national stage, especially Cal right now, is finally getting so much buzz, and rightfully so. He is still the league leader in home runs with 26. Aaron Judge is right behind him with 25, and Shohei has 23. And yeah, I mean, if you're the league leader, you should do the home run derby. Although there are some cons to that, Bella.
Some haters over here. Yeah, obviously his choice, but I think I lean a little bit more on the side of not doing it. I just running the risk of hurting yourself or throwing off your swing, like you'd mentioned. Some hitters say that they feel like their swing's off afterwards. Just running the risk of that with Cal being such an instrumental piece and truly the backbone of our team, quite literally. I just don't think it's worth the risk. I still hope he goes and he gets all of the attention he deserves and all the clout, does all the things and gets the attention that is so well deserved. But I'd rather him not do it. But if he does do it, fingers and toes crossed that you straight mash and that you feel like $1 million afterwards and your swing's great and your body feels awesome.
Well, because I mean, remember when Julio did it like 2 years ago now, I think was the time where he had to go on the IL after because he had
back hurt. Yeah,
it was his back and his wrist from torquing, and yeah,
and it's like for what?
He
doesn't do us any good.
Yeah,
I
think he won $1 million though.
But he didn't win.
Yeah.
So.
Also, that's crazy. I wonder if they're going to revamp the home run derby rules because the year that Julio lost in the finals, he actually hit more home runs.
Yes, that was frustrating.
Yeah.
And you think in a home run hitting competition, the guy that hit the most home runs would win, but because they they reset the scoring in the final round, even though his cumulative total was higher, it wasn't enough in the final round, and he lost.
Yeah, it's like an endurance thing too. Like
that's very true.
And that's what he lost at,
Yeah.
Which pushes them to hurt themselves. So hard pass.
Right. Yeah.
Shohei, you should go. Just kidding. I love you. You're just so good.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. You're right though. Cal plays every day. If he hurt himself in any way, I mean,
that's the one guy we literally cannot lose. If we don't have Cal in the lineup, this team is absolutely screwed.
Yeah, and I guess that's another case for keeping Harry Ford in the minor leagues.
I was
if it ever happens, we have that option.
Yes,
true.
Which is that is a little bit of a comforting feeling to know that if anything does ever happen, that we do have somebody who is really spending some time getting seasoned and has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with Harry Ford. That safety net is nice, but is that like the most we're going to use him for is just a safety net?
Because then it also sucks for him too. It's like not only is could that be used as potential for trading, but also it just sucks. Like you just so much potential and you're just stuck in AAA. Exactly.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
Yeah,
kind of like wasting. He's young. It's not wasting his career,
right?
You're wasting your young, good, some of your good years potentially.
Potentially.
And who knows?
Who knows, right?
I mean, there's always the chance that he becomes a 4A player. And that's the concern. I mean, Jared Kelenic was that way. Mike Zunino was that way. Every time down in AAA, absolutely tearing it up. You get called up and you can't hit major league pitching.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully that is not the case with Canzone, because that's kind of been Canzone's MO as well. Every time he gets called up, undisciplined swings, stuff like that. It was actually a damn shame in the Arizona game. After he hit that home run, he came up again in extras and struck out on a pitch that was way out of the zone. That umpire completely fell apart after the 10th inning for both sides during that Arizona game. He was calling, both teams were getting screwed on pitches, out, up. It was really bad, but it was a damn shame that happened to Canzone, especially when he was the hero, just an inning or two prior. And so hopefully we see Canzone major league ready. I do like his defense. I like his arm in right field, and hopefully he can keep it going at the plate. Did you guys see him pimp the hell out of that home run?
He said,
he chucked that. He was screaming.
He's like, let's fucking go.
He was like, I belong here. Like,
yeah.
He's like, you passed on me? You passed on me? Now you want me? Yeah, I loved that. That was a good show of his personality a little bit, because he's usually a bit more composed compared to some, and that was a lot of fun.
That's very cool.
Yeah. One thing too, speaking of horrible calls, because that's just been a continued theme. It truly seems throughout the season, not just in our games, but other teams are having similar issues. And I didn't go down and triple confirm that it was actually true, not rumor, but I did hear it sounds like we are going to get robo-umps next year, as they're thinking of implementing that finally. So again, I didn't fully confirm that, but I did see that. I was like, that would be...
Well, it's
like the ABS system is what we're getting.
Yeah, the challenge system.
Yes, so at least some kind of...
Which I'm personally all for the challenge system.
Totally.
I like the challenge system. I don't want everything to be called strictly by that. And I think, strictly robo-umps, because they've tried robo-umps and they've tried the ABS system. The ABS is what's currently being utilized in the minor leagues, and the players seem to love it. And the way...
It's not like you're getting rid of umps.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing. And that's good for the game, I believe.
And the way it's currently utilized, I believe you get 3 challenges in a game to challenge the pitch. So, it also... That puts the strategy into it, too. So, if you get rung up on a pitch in the first inning, you're not necessarily going to want to challenge that, because one, if you're wrong, then you just costed your team one, and it's there's 2 outs in the first. Who cares? Right. So you'd want to save those for later on in the game in big spots. So I like that kind of the strategy aspect of it. And it seems so weird that it's working so effectively in the minor leagues. And Rob Manfred initially said that they were going to push it back to 2027. And then after a high-profile week of games ending on atrocious calls, and then on top of that, umpires having quick hooks, which is crazy, just injecting people way too quickly.
It's a lot of ejections over this specific issue. So, yeah.
Exactly.
You see dude get rung up because he, I think he just did it instinctually. He didn't even notice, but he tapped his head, and they're like, "Get out of here!"
Yeah.
He's like, "What did I do?" And they're like, "You tapped your head." He's like, "I didn't tap my head." I don't think he even knew what he was doing.
No.
I don't think he was saying challenge the call. I think
he was just adjusting his helmet.
Something, but yeah, he fully tapped his head. Like, you're done.
This is the new drawing the line.
Mm-hmm. Nico Horner just got rung up on. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
He's like, "You're having a bad day today," and he's like, "Boom, bounced."
It's because he said you.
And then he goes, he even doubles down. It's so funny.
No, but I said you're having a bad day.
All I said is you're having a bad day. And he's like, yeah, no, that's why I tossed you, bro. He's like, I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, man.
But, they originally said 2027. Then after that week, Manfred, then it seems that 2026 will be implemented.
I'm excited for it.
Cannot happen soon enough for me. I wish it was implemented tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow. Do it today.
I'd be all for it. I can't wait to see how that, adjusts things for the better. 100%. Yeah.
And yeah, there's still the strategy aspect. You still have the umps. You can still frame. It's not going to take away framing. Whereas if it was 100% robo umps, framing would no longer exist and matter. So
that's no fun.
Yeah.
You should be able to steal a strike.
Exactly. And, there is the strategy of the game where if a pitcher is hitting his spots all day and the catcher is set up just a tad outside, but it hits the spot perfectly, the umpire is going to give that call to the pitcher more often than not. That is part of the game. And I think that deserves to say. So 3 challenges, you get it. You decide when you want to use it.
Use them wisely.
Yeah. I think that's huge for the game. I'm beyond excited for that to be implemented.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. Speaking of stuff coming up, we've got a fat road trip ahead of us.
Lots of red and blue again.
Yeah, and against good teams. So
should be interesting. But hey, we usually play better against better teams, to be fair, and then we play worse. So maybe this will, do us well. And we're not playing any division rivals either for a little while. We have a little bit of a break from that also.
No. We've got Cleveland, who is 3 games above 500. Boston, who's 2 games below currently. And the Cubs, who, my second team, the Cubbies, who are
about to go to the World Series.
Who are still in first place with a 42-27 record. So
yikes, that should be interesting.
It's going to be something.
They should be happy either way, I guess, kind of.
I mean, I do love the Cubbies, but
not when it's against us, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then we run it back to the Twins again.
I'd say we got a good shot against the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I'm not excited about this Cubs series.
No.
Win one for your boy. That's what I want out of that.
Just don't be so embarrassing about your loss. You know what I mean? Like, I can lose and take one on the chin, but just the way we've been losing has just been poetic. I mean, it's getting literally national coverage of like, how are they managing to keep doing this? What you guys are doing over there is special.
I've got PTSD from the Cubs series when we were up like 8-0 in the second inning, and Chris Flexen was pitching, and we blew that game. We had an 8-run lead in the second, and we managed to lose by like 5. That was tight. So excited for more of that. The Boston series. One thing, this could just be like confirmation bias or whatever, but I feel that whenever the Mariners are in Boston, we never hit balls off the green monster. Like, I don't know, it's so big, it's out there, and I feel like the Mariners are constantly having to play balls that hit, 30 feet up the wall or whatever and stuff, and I feel like it just doesn't happen that often with Mariners.
Yeah, that's true.
Guess I never noticed.
No,
I just never thought about it. I'll be watching though.
Yeah.
From what I remember, whenever we play in Boston, our outfielders have been pretty good at reading balls off of that wall, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Randy has put effort into a couple plays recently.
He's been a little hit and miss with his hustling.
Dude, it's on or off.
It's literally a coin flip with the balls in the air if he decides he wants to run.
He's either breaking his chain out there looking a fool and then still trying to put it back on, or he's out there hustling and like, you're like, wow, that was fantastic. Thank you. The other day he did have one where it was a home run over his head and he didn't even flinch. And even Angie mentioned, she was like, that was too close to not move. She's like, that was too close.
Good.
She's like, that would have been interesting if that. She's like, it was too close for you to not even step or just to, you know what I mean. She's like, and yeah, they usually have a pretty good read on it. She's like, and I was like, yes, thank you,
good job,
thank
Angie.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only one of those I saw when I was at the Kirby game in Seattle, and George Kirby was pitching, and he gave up that like 460-foot moonshot, and Tavares didn't even look up. That one. And
that's fair. Valid.
Checking his watch, just kicking dirt around.
He's like, I'm going to wait for this thing to land.
Yeah, if it's bomb, that's one thing. But yeah, if it's close, at least make it seem like you care.
And when Randy tries, we have watched him make some good defensive plays. He's thrown a guy out at the plate recently. I watched him.
Really good.
That throw was nasty.
I've put everything into that.
Yeah.
Charge the ball, fucking boom. But sometimes, he's walking to the corner. Like, I'll figure out Go ahead. Get to third.
Not feeling it today.
He also had that hustle double play where he was crashing in, running super hard, made a shoestring catch, and on the run threw the dude out, tagging back up at second. So
not proved our point of like, hey, maybe runners won't always run on you, or you'll be able to catch some of them because they assume that they can just run on you. But if you hustle it up, you could perhaps get them out. Think about it.
I'm just so tired of the too cool to try. And the thing is, when he does try, when he does decide, when the wheel spins and he's like, oh, I'll actually put effort on this play, he can make some really nice defensive plays.
And he is cool. He's really,
You can be cool and make good plays.
Do better.
Like all the time.
Yeah. Also, making good plays is cool. So do that.
Hustling is cool. It's like we're not doing well enough for you to act that cavalier about things.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Surely not.
Well,
I mean, even if we are doing well and you're acting that way, then you're like...
Because then you look like a jackass when someone gets one over on you because it's like, oh, you thought you could chill?
Yeah.
No,
you got to stay on, bro.
Yeah.
Well, oh man, I just had a point.
We lost you.
We lost.
We distracted. We lost you.
I was being lazy out there like Randy.
Sloughing.
Oh, I got it. So, our last episode 2 weeks ago, we had high hopes for our road trip, home series, all of that, and it backfired on us immensely. So, to reverse psychology, the baseball gods, I think we're gonna go 2-7 on our road trip.
Yeah, it sucks because you're probably right.
We're gonna go 2-7. We're gonna get swept, and we're gonna barely avoid a sweep with one game in each series. That's what I predict. So,
all right.
So prove me wrong, please.
I think we're gonna win 1 against the Guardians, 2 against the Red Sox, and 1 against the Cubs. I think.
I like that.
That's my conservative guess. If we do better, I'll be stoked. If we do just that, I'll be all right.
I just wish I was a Rockies fan.
1-2-1. Yeah.
I wish I was a Rockies fan.
How can be?
How freeing is that? I imagine like when I watch the Mariners piss away. I love Colorado. Like
purple is nice.
When I watch the Mariners like piss away another game, I'm like, what if I became a fan of another team? And I just can't do it. It's in my blood. It's on my skin.
It's in my skin, bitch.
I can't do it. I love the Mariners, but how freeing would it be to just say, I don't care. They lose. I'll root for Cal and
Mariners who?
Yeah, but I can't do it. So, which means we'll be back in another week to be talking about the same shit.
With good news. It'll be good news. I'm going to be on the upside. I'm going to positive vibes. We're going to be pleasantly surprised next week.
We should do something like if the Mariners win less than 80 games, we're getting White Sox tattoos.
Fuck you. The White Sox? Yikes.
Hell yeah.
Get Altuve in your butt cheek. That'd be terrible.
I'll get never mind. I'm not getting anything.
After the pod.
Well, we've made it through another week. It's been more and more bad baseball, and you know what they say, the best times for the Mariners is right around the corner.
They say that?
That's what I'm saying.
So I've heard.
Right around the corner. It's we're gonna right this sinking ship
with these series coming up
at some point.
No, we're not.
I love the optimism in here.
Let's end this on the worst note possible.
Let's get the Astros out of our division and put the Rockies in.
Ooh, yeah.
Say less.
I would.
We don't need 2 Texas teams in our division.
Yeah,
mix it up, you know? There you go.
Full rebrand. Well, thank you all for joining us for another week. I know it's been rough and hasn't been fun, but who knows? Maybe fun times will happen soon. But hell or high water, we'll be here to talk the Mariners with y'all. Thank you guys for listening, and as always, go Mariners!
Or something, I guess.